Mehdi Hasan was on Seth Meyers' program last night, and he is on the Al Jazeera. It's not the stream, right? It's
Al Jazeera English,
Al
AJE.
Jazeera English.
Yeah.
And here is making an observation about how the U.S. press treats its politicians. It says something about competition, I think, but
what are the differences that you've seen in how the UK press and the US press deals with power?
It's a very good question, and I think you guys, definitely there's a cultural issue. You guys had your revolution, War of Independence, you kicked the Brits out, and yet, weirdly, you're more deferential to power, I would argue, than we are. The president walks into the East Room of the White House, and the White House press corps stands up, which I find British journalists, for all their sins, would not stand up if the Prime Minister comes into the room. They'd be lucky to even pay attention sometimes. You guys have this thing where it's kind of Banana Republic-esque, where you allow your politicians to have their job titles for life. So do you remember in 2012, it was Governor Romney. Governor of what? His backyard? Yeah. He hadn't been governor of Massachusetts for 5 years. Secretary Albright, Secretary Clinton, Mayor Giuliani, Ambassador Bolton. If anyone here lost their job, they wouldn't get to keep the title the next day after they've... Why do you do that? Why do you do that with your politicians? It's weird. I just don't...
It's true. I mean, on some level, the Brits have the monarchy, and so it lets a little air out of the tires. Yeah. This is sort of our, wanting part of that. Like, we don't have dukes, so we call them governor. And we don't have, sirs or, knights and kings and queens.
And they're even protected by the First Amendment over here.
There was actually, somebody asked me if I had watched it was a former in-law, asked me if I had watched the George Herbert Walker Bush funeral, and I was like, nah, I didn't. And he thought it was because it was about Bush's politics, and I was like, yeah, no, I didn't. I'm not a fan of his politics, but I'm also like, what? Like, what? Like, he's in a mausoleum, and like, why do I don't. Like, I'm not going to watch that. It's not.
No, I'd show up to some people's funerals that I don't know. I'd show up to Noam Chomsky's funeral.
Well, no, I would I'm not saying I shun the idea of funerals, but like, just because he was a president, it's not like I'm stopping everything I did. If I really like the guy, I might do it. But it's the implication of like, a former president has died. We got to shut the liquor
secular
stores.
Religion.
We got to shut the liquor
folks
stores.
Folks got to get over religion.
That. I do like the idea though of Callous Sam. Like, Noam Chomsky was great, but whatever.
Yeah,
he's in the ground now.
Dust
what difference does it make to me?
Got errands to run.
All we are is dust in the wind.
I've got errands to run. I've got to test out the spring on my new Casper mattress.